I think the hardest thing about like cats and dogs, at least from the sort of groundbreaking technical standpoint, is that we've seen cats and dogs all our lives, and we see what they do, and we know how they act. We've already gone to the trouble of ascribing personalities and behaviors to our own domestic animals. So that's the real challenge, is how do you satisfy people's real-world understanding of animals?
The idea that we could create something fresh like this and we could really sink our teeth into and work on with passion would really appeal to me.
You know, in training an animal, the easiest thing to do is to teach them tricks. That is much easier than trying to get them to act natural. Such as I'm carrying on a conversation with you, I make certain gestures, I move in that. We needed those particular moves more than we needed any tricks. So we've trained them to look left, look right, move their shoulders, move their arms in such ways that look like we're almost puppeteering our live animals in order to make them look like they're actually carrying on a normal conversation as two people would.
Good thinking with the boomerang.
And cut. That was great.
The other departments add a little look in the eye or another little movement that we couldn't possibly get when they're talking, because we can't obviously teach them to talk.
They can't even take responsibility for their own farts.
Gross.
Guilty.
With the live animals, we're replacing their face with synthetic faces, and so that they can carry on their dialogue and give expressions.
I'm on to you, kitty, and you're in big trouble.
I think not, baby puppy.
The puppets we're also using to do that same type of performance. But we have some extreme performances where we have to create these characters totally 100%. For example, the Ninja Cat scene.
Butch, what do I do? Fight him!
Before this film, the tools weren't available as they are now, and so we've taken a giant leap to recreate these animals.
It's the film which has got everything in it. It's got full CG animals in, it's got, you know, animatronic work. It's pushing the boundaries of where, you know, effects are going. First of all, I mean, the director has to get the performance from the dog in terms of the gross body movements. And then we're given the plates and a voice track they've recorded from the people that are doing the voices for the characters, and we can scan that into the computer. So it's like a sculpture within the computer, which is exactly the same shape and size as the real dog. Then we can just track it into position so it looks as though it's in exactly the same position as the director's shot. And then we texture our CG dog and do all the animation on it to make it look as though it's talking.
I was thinking Toto Annihilation. No, he's a pro wrestler. Sorry, that name's taken.
And it's got full expression as well.
Hey, you guys know this one? Here we come. Here we come. I got you. Oh, damn. Miss ya. Darn. Oh, whoops.
They actually record videotape of the person who's saying the dialogue.
As for you...
So that gives us some indication as to the expressions they were using when they were speaking.
Lower the cage! Ha ha! Success!
The other thing is that animators are usually performers themselves, so it means that they bring something to the performance as well.
Did the puppy fall for my clever trap?
Puppets and animatronics and CG are used to pick up each other's limitations.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
There's things that the real animals can't do that puppets would be used for. Computer graphics do things that puppets can't do. Wild, expressive things.
Mr. Thinkers!
We try to bridge that gap. These are animatronic replicas of live animals. We measure the live animals, take photographs, take video. We take hair samples, and we basically have a team of amazing artists and technicians that put these together. With our Henson control system, we are able to have one puppeteer on the face of each puppet, so that puppeteer is in control of the subtle movements of that face. It depends on the puppet, the size of the puppet, and the actions that he has to do. And sometimes we have 4 to 5 people working his character.
The hardest part, I think, for the director is how do you maintain the character over a set of different techniques and technologies. So for a character like Lou, we have a trained dog. We have a puppet that looks like the dog. Then we have a CGI character, which can do things that neither the dog nor the puppet can do. So we have to maintain the character of Lou across all of these different techniques.
A very challenging thing to try and combine all these 3 elements seamlessly. We try to use a lot of filmmaking tricks that have been used since the beginning of film to hide the fact that we're moving from one special effects technique to the other, either through cutting it carefully or through using lighting techniques to keep perhaps the puppets in certain situations in more shadowy, dramatically lit situations where you don't show off the fact that maybe the fur isn't quite as realistic as the natural fur.
If we're smart, you use the right technique for the right job. But we find ourselves a lot on the picture making assumptions about what technique is going to accomplish a shot, and to our surprise, learning that actually it was yet a different technique. It was a puppet that should be doing it, or the live dog. But somebody has to really pay attention to each of the little nuances and the details that give us character and give us story beats.
Whoa, cool.
Well, I've clearly never seen anything like this before.
My job is made so much easier by working with the other actors. They're so... Turn that